Welcome back to my channel. Of course, if you like what you see, leave a comment. And if you don't like what you see, leave a comment. Sorry I did that so fast. Give me a minute here. Okay. Well, a few seconds. All right. Catching all the Yoders. Welcome back to my channel. If you like what you see, leave a comment. If you don't like what you see, leave a comment. So I'm at the Lower Yoder Township Supervisors meeting because, well, I'm letting every jurisdiction know about Ian Osowski. He's a bad cop, and I promised every official that I was going to their meetings too. So here I am. We're going to the Lower Yoder Township meeting. Should be fun. How you doing? Cold.
Just checking it out. There's something you have to put in that we need. You said it,
Wonder what usually is full of a house. Is this usually as full of a house here, BJ? No. Not for this one? There's usually a one person in the 5 or 6. Okay. I like to turn up around stuff, man. Sometimes it's pretty impressive, you know?
Yeah, such a small area.
Yeah. You guys live stream your that's on your Facebook page? Good for you.
And there's a lot of people that watch it.
Even better.
Yeah, like
I go to so many.
I think that's like a couple hundred, like 4 maybe.
Good. I go to a bunch of these meetings for the same thing because none of the other townships do it. And I keep begging them so I could stop going. You know,
what are you doing?
live streaming. I have a comment too. You know. Oh, it's terrible. I dropped it. The microphone. It doesn't speak to me. That's why. Mind your way.
Yes.
I can go wherever you want me to.
Just pass it next.
Yeah, sure.
What's that?
Is that better?
That's great. Thank you so much.
I can probably get a better shot too, actually. Am I in your? Is my camera in your?
It isn't.
Okay, good. Now I'm gonna have to re-warm up this chair. that one just got warm, and now this one's cold. I'll let you slide.
I don't know who's gonna be sitting in that one, someone. We don't have that many up there. I kept telling you that. You were right.
Lower Yoder live streams their meetings. They're so far the only municipality that I know of that does that for their citizens or their residents. Okay, that's 1 point for Lower Yoder Township. No, I have my own YouTube channel. I ran for Southmont Borough Council, and you can ask Mr. Granite any about me. He knows. He's probably not very happy that I'm showing up today, but I have a comment about the police that cover this jurisdiction as well. So that's
And are you a lower Yoder Township?
no, I'm not. I live in Southmont. That's why I asked you guys earlier if you guys had restrictions on people from outside the public speaking. So that's all.
Not yet.
Well, let's hope that okay, there have been other places that had well, Upper Yoder, the other Yoder decided to put a resolution in that restricted to, only. That was in January 2024. February 2024, they updated it.
Can you please sign in?
So to indicate that anybody could. The city does it, and that's kind of I go to the city all the time. So if I have a concern, the only thing I can do is write a letter. That's kind of
Did you guys sign in?
I fight a lot of fights, and that's just one I don't really feel like fighting. I don't you know what I mean? They haven't really done anything to harm me. So, but
Maybe it's.
city manager. That's
That's who I just from seeing him.
I'm John Klanch, by the way.
Or,
Please meet you, Barb.
She's the treasurer.
Okay, and you are.
I'm Karen.
Hi, Karen.
I'm the,
Okay. Good. Fun. Were either of you guys at the elementary school for the meeting they had for the whole thing they're doing? It's kind of
Johnstown?
no, the West. They're doing the West Hills. There you go. Yeah, I don't know. Okay. To be honest with you, it's not very exactly clear what the intended purpose is to a lot of public. And I think, and I don't like to speculate on things, sometimes I do, but
Yeah, what's
I think it's supposed to be, very ambiguous. Good things are happening. What those good things are is good things. They'll tell us when they get around to
I
it.
think, the premise is strong. A bigger.
Yes.
Bigger population means you get.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing.
I really think that a lot of the old ways around here need to be looked at, and a new way of thinking needs to be done that is a little bit more cohesive as an area instead of neighborhoods. Okay? Because they are wildly different. Every different jurisdiction handles everything, different things. I love coming to these to see how different municipalities handle neighbor schools. Yeah. Okay. The South Monarch, it can become criminal pretty quickly. That's just what is expected over there. If somebody complains about somebody, by golly, we got to figure out a way to get some, that's not really the way it's supposed to be. You know what I mean? They kind of want the HO, they kind of want the council to run it like an HOA, but it's not an HOA. And my suggestion is, hey, if you want an HOA, start one. Yeah, and you'll see how quickly you probably don't like it. It's not their position to get in between two neighbors who don't like each other.
Oh, it does get,
You know,
and luckily it's not that big of a difference.
if you hold an official position of it's not our it's not our concern. If somebody's actually breaking the law, call the police. It's not our concern. If you don't, then what I tell them, if you don't like your neighbors.
Although ordinances,
Yeah, right. But they also have to be enforced fairly and legally. Yeah, it's a couple options. You can move, or you can buy your
Sorry.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, how you doing?
Fantastic. Got a little quiet when y'all walked in.
Let's rise for the pledge of allegiance. Good evening, everybody. Everybody ready for Thanksgiving? No. Me either. We need a motion of approval of the minutes of October 15th.
I'll make a motion. I'll second the motion.
Okay, motion's been made, second. All those, any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Motion to pay the bills, Madam Treasurer, are they in line?
they are, and we have a package with all the details.
Yeah, we'll do that part next. We're just doing the bills now. Motion to pay the bills is listed. I make the motion, a second.
I'll second.
Okay, any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So moved. Treasurer report.
Okay, you have your financials in front of you. The yellow sheets are the summaries between the different funds and current year, prior year, and current year and budget. And I will report on you next month as far as where we think we're gonna be by the end of the year. But I think as I reported in the prior year, that it looked like we were gonna be pretty good as far as coming in at
Excuse me
level.
1 second. If you folks would want a chair, somebody want to come up? Bob, would you help them get chairs? You okay?
There are a couple over here you can sit in.
Okay. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, that's okay.
They
But
were
anyways,
standing, they wanted to stand.
you do have the details attached to this that make up all the numbers that are in this summary, so,
We
All right.
right on course?
Yeah. yeah.
Okay, we need a motion to accept the treasurer's
I'll
report.
motion as read.
Second,
I'll second.
discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, so moved. Any projects, bills
No,
And that's-
they're pushed to next month.
next month? Budget review and preparation.
Oh, no.
No? When do you have it listed, approve the tentative budget to put in the paper later on?
Oh, it will be it was in the paper.
Yeah, but we should make a motion
Okay.
to do that.
Okay.
I need, I make a motion to, publish the tentative budget in the newspapers as required by law for approval of the tentative budget in December. I need a second,
I'll second.
okay? Any discussion? All
Yeah, the
those-
budget has to hang for 20 days,
Yeah.
and after it does that,
It's
it's
been
available for
started
the
on the
public.
17th,
It needs to be passed by the end of the year.
yes, so.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll be up for approval of the tentative budget in the December meeting.
And the proposed budget is no tax increase.
Yes, very good point. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, so moved. West Hills Regional Police.
Police Department had 351 reports of service for the month of October. Yearly total so far is 3,606. Of those 351, 105 were in Lower Yoder. Yearly total so far are 1,042. 3 traffic citations were issued and 7 warnings. Yearly total for citations is 107 with 95 warnings. Nothing really to report crime-wise. We did participate in the National Drug Take-Back Day on October 25th. 26.5 pounds of unused or unwanted medications were collected and received and then destroyed by the Drug Enforcement Agency, and trick-or-treat night went off with no incidents to report.
Very good. Okay. Any questions for the chief? Okay, Chief. West Hills Regional Police, Fire Department. Sorry.
Yes, sir. Our report for the month of November with October's data was submitted, and outside of that, I have nothing else to add.
Okay. Report from Lower Yoder Station 23.
Financial report was submitted. I was unaware until today that you receive a incident report as well, and I apologize for that.
Okay.
If I had known that, I would have brought one along.
We did receive a runs for October.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Okay,
We
perfect.
did from the former assistant chief.
Okay.
Okay, when do we want to announce?
Sure, yeah.
It should be open for discussion. We wonder why all these folks are here. Did anybody sign up to speak about the fire issue? You're Dawn.
Yes, correct.
Okay, do you want to give a little what's going on?
I don't really know everything that's going on. I found out at about 10 o'clock last night that West Hills was awarded primary fire protection for the township in its entirety. And I believe that was due to 2 acting suspensions in our department from the fire chief and the assistant fire chief. And I was under the impression earlier that it was a tactical move made to make sure that there was coverage and command presence in the township down here. So other than that, I don't really know what's going on.
Anybody else? You all are here for that. Okay.
When we heard that there was a leadership breakdown, thought is, and I slept a whole lot better making this thought, that our residents and community will stay safe if anything occurs during this time, especially last night, because we are finding out about this at 8 o'clock at night.
Sure.
And who are we going to call? So the call was made to West Hills. We didn't know who to call at Lower Yoder, so the best thing would be to call West Hills. And we explained the situation to Chief Schrott and said that we are concerned about the safety of our community, the safety of our residents, and that is what we gave him. We didn't give him an agreement to take over. There is no merging. That was not our thoughts at all. My intention was simply help us take care until this situation can get taken care of down in Lower Yoder.
So what does that mean as they're the primary? Does that mean that Lower Yoder's still gonna be on Lower Yoder's calls, or are they completely off of this?
No, I don't care about where people are in the 911 call. All we care about is both of our fire companies are cooperating, collaborating together, and discussing this with each other. I think it was unbeknownst to Chief Schrott that this was occurring down there too.
Right.
So,
This was done to make sure that we had primary coverage from this county, not Westmoreland County, not somewhere else, that we had fast, safe coverage.
Right.
And I was the one that made the call to Chief Schrock last night.
Right.
And we had, I feel, a fairly in-depth conversation. And it was decided it was in the best interest because we needed to make sure that somebody was going to respond. Not so much worried about small instances of a tree down, but if we had a major house fire,
Right.
if there was a major accident, we needed to have somebody on command that we knew and we trust. Until this morning, we didn't know who was in charge of Lower Yoder. And I think that's very unresponsible of the Lower Yoder Fire Department.
I agree.
Yes, that's
So,
correct. Answer your question,
it
yes,
just-
they're still answering calls.
at this point, they were not taken out of service. They can still answer calls, but they're second to West Hill. And I believe it should stay that way until Lower Yoder is able to solve whatever issues they have.
Yeah, I don't think that's unreasonable.
So, I mean,
I
it's,
think it's
it's not,
on,
it's not a permanent takeover, it's in the best interest of safety, and, really, it's in Lower Yoder's hands to do what they need to do to fix their issues.
yeah, I completely agree with that, Christian. I think that they have a good thing going for themselves down there. They have people in positions where they probably could do better, and communication is obviously one of those things, and I know they can do better than that. I know that all of you guys know that they can do better than what they've been with us as well, and I hope that they will.
Communicate.
Yeah.
And Mr. Burkett, we drafted a letter that I have in front of me right here, and it was sent to both fire departments as, from the Lower Yoder supervisors, and what we stressed as point number one was enhanced communication, coordinated response, a clear communication and mutual coordination during emergencies with both groups to ensure accuracy and responses.
Yep.
So we've made our thoughts clear here, and I don't care about demarcation lines, and I don't care about turf and fiefdoms. I really don't, people. We care about our residents. That is just number one to us. And that's what was acted on last night.
Go ahead, fire.
Yes,
All right.
so, I'm just trying to understand what happened here. You're saying the officers were dismissed and, or somehow taken off? And so but the fire company, the Lower Yoder Volunteer Fire Company is still in?
Yes,
Oh, yes, yes,
yes,
and nothing has changed with that.
yes.
Hi, my name is Richard Klanch, I'm the Vice President of the Yoder Fire Department. On November the 6th, on the turkey raffle, we had an incident from one of our chief officers with one of our junior officers, firefighters. At that time, it was brought to my attention, and I told the person that brought it to my attention to give me a formal complaint. It took 7-8 days to get a complaint, which I felt that was too long.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it did. I got dates on it.
Yeah.
But it's no use. So at that point, we had to make a few decisions. We had a board meeting. We had to suspend the adult, the chief involved. And then we had a lot of talking around the community, code of ethics, things that shouldn't have been said, that was said. So that's where we lost our second command of officer is. Since that time, we have an interim chief, which is Don Spory. He was formed in yesterday. We have a official vote here at the beginning of December for new officers, like you guys do here. Also, our assistant chief at this time is James Cunningham. They've both got their qualifications. They've all got their certificates and everything. We made sure of it. So we are up and back and running as normal. Yes, we were down probably 5-6 hours to the board have made a decision on everything, but it's all back to normal. For the punishment, the chief is suspended until the investigation is complete. Everybody here knows, BJ knows, investigation sometimes takes a lot of time. It don't happen overnight. So we gotta make sure that we have the surveillance we look at, the store that we got on one side, we just received a story to the other side. So for us to make any decisions right away, we made our moves to make sure we had our area and our people covered for in case there's any emergencies. Such as it's a car accident, a fire. I believe our chief has been talking to the city, our fill-in chief is talking to the city about helping with any calls we had.
I spoke with Chief McCann last week, and I had them put on all of the fires in the township and all of the vehicle accidents with injuries and entrapment calls. Because I know it's tough to get a crew Monday through Friday between the hours of 6 a.m. and 5 p.m. I talked with Chief McCann and with the 911 center and made that happen a week and a half ago or so roughly, just because I know that manpower is an issue between those hours. So believe me whenever I tell you, the public safety is at my top concern as well.
Was there ever a conversation with Chief Schrock?
No?
This board passed a motion several months ago that we wanted both fire departments on all calls in Lower Yoder Township. And it's in public record. It passed unanimously. I believe that should have been your first phone call.
Well, how come both fire companies haven't been on all calls in Lower Yoder Township since you passed that unanimously?
Because we ended up with paperwork where the chief refused to cooperate.
When you say chief, who are you talking about?
Your chief. So I'm saying
Well,
that,
he's no longer chief at this
Ex-chief.
time.
I've
Ex-chief,
talked to
right.
Chief Schrock in the past about working together and things of that nature. But I don't know what their relationship was, prior to now. You hear rumbling through the weeds, and so I can't speak on what exactly occurred there. But I would have no problem with working together. I think that would be in the best interest of everybody involved.
And I agree,
Yes.
Chief Schroyer, because
Story.
they are our sister fire company.
Sure.
And we feel that cooperation and collaboration is necessary. Listen, this is a sad situation. I feel that, well, I gotta tell you, I feel sad about this situation. A situation that should not occur among professional people, but it happened. So at 8 o'clock last night, that call was made because we acted without hesitation because of our community safety issue.
and it was not an easy decision to make.
My question was all three supervisors aware of all this going on, and all three made the same decision?
I wasn't aware of
Okay, that's what I need.
When a decision can be made, just like a decision here, a majority vote is your quorum. And regardless of what the numbers were, 2 of our 3 supervisors agreed with that decision last night.
And it was an emergency decision.
Yeah, the issue is that when there's chaos in a department, like you guys lost 2 of your guys, and the board didn't know who was in charge, they have an absolute duty to act. It's not a violation of the Sunshine Law because it's a considered emergency situation for public safety. So they had a quorum of 2 of the supervisors, and of course, they always try to communicate with each other, and that may not have happened in this case, but, that's the usual way it goes. But they did have a legal quorum, they did make a lawful order, and that order is still in effect until it is changed by this board. Now, you're here tonight, as I understand it, to say that you have some temporary guys, but then you have, like, in a couple of weeks, you have an election for new officers.
That's correct, yeah.
I mean, it's up to this board to do what they want to do, and your options are to allow that order to stay into effect until they have the new officers, if you feel comfortable with that, or do you temporary guys, are you in charge now, so that
Yes,
you know
yes.
what Yoder can respond?
Yes.
That's the other option, and it's up to the board to decide what you want to do.
And I have to tell you, Attorney Messina, we did not turn over duties to West Hills Fire. That was not the intent. Our intent was, can you help us protect part of our township that could be in danger?
It was the call, right, where the call goes out. If there was no one in
Exactly.
Yoder,
However
you
he
respond.
can help us do that, that's what we were asking for.
As long as West Hills Regional is in command.
They didn't say that. I like to
Right.
make a little bit more
We didn't
speed.
use that word. We used the fact, can you help us support Lower Yoder until this situation gets resolved? That was our conversation with Chief Shaw.
Attorney Messina, I have a question for you. I don't know if it's something you guys can actually do or not, but to alleviate some of the confusion moving forward, I don't know if it's something, does the board have to have a motion for it or a regulation put in place for the municipality emergency services to, at the beginning of the year? Because I think you guys are probably on about the same schedule, right? Usually like November, December, you guys do nominations and all that stuff.
Our emergency management coordinator, is that what you're talking about?
No, West Hills Fire. Because I know them guys, they do November is elections, December is, or nominations rather, December's elections, and then January everybody goes in. Where it would be required for the fire departments, whatever it is, at the time of their elections, everybody goes in, for them to send a letter or something down to the supervisor saying, hey, this for 2025, these are our people
We do that.
for these positions. I didn't know if they were
Yeah,
still
we
doing
do a
that or not.
roster.
Yeah,
every
Scott,
year.
we get a monthly report from you guys. You don't have one tonight, but you've been given them.
Yeah, as far as like the board of
Results.
supervisors and stuff like
Roster
that
does it.
specifically is
The
concerned.
roster also for insurance purposes. Who's driving, who's involved in the
Okay. I didn't know if you guys were getting like who the president is, like who the board is for the
They
Logan
should
Fire
be.
Department and stuff like that.
Look,
Just to try and alleviate some confusion with that.
Scott, under the code, you know, the board, Lower Yoder sponsors both fire departments for the different areas of the township. And the code also says that we can regulate the fire departments if we want to. Now, we've chosen not to do that. We can pass an ordinance that establishes rules and regulations for the fire departments that you would have to comply with. And we've stayed out of that because you're both professional fire agencies, volunteers have been here forever. And, you know, we leave it up to you to run your own business, which I think you're doing because there was an issue and you took care of it. I think the breakdown was when that issue happened, there was no response back to the board right away to let them know what was going on. And so they acted, and now until they make a motion to change something, it's gonna stay the way it was.
Yes, that's correct. It's
And
gonna,
and so if somebody wants to make a motion, they can, or it can stay the way it was, is.
there's no motions on the floor, is there?
No.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
So I would suggest that whenever you have your meeting in December, have your permanent officers, you let the township know right away. We have a meeting next month on the third Wednesday, and we
Yeah.
can take action to change things around if it's appropriate.
You wanna say something?
Mr. Pletcher and Chief Schreier, right? Spory, sorry.
Okay.
We would be open to any time you'd want to share information with us. We can arrange a time and sit with you, whether it just be one of us, that we could take it back to the other supervisors and the solicitor, but we're open for that. Like Attorney Messina said, we're not here to run fire companies. Sure. That's your job, and like we said, we have stayed out of it. Chief Schrock, do you have any comments at all?
No, sir.
I got one more thing. I can tell you at this time, we're back up and everything's running as normal as it was prior to this incident. Again, I would like to, Mr. Schrock and Mr. Spory to get together and try to make sure a little more communication from our previous chief so we can move forward for both fire departments in our area.
Anything from the city?
No, I mean, the only thing I can, to add to this is when Chief Sporty had called me, so Cambria County does what they call closest unit dispatch. So the city, being the closest next unit into this bottom part of Lower Yoder, and just to let you know, the City of Johnstown Fire Department responds to every fire in not only West Montboro, but everywhere in Lower Yoder Township as well. On an automatic dispatch, not a call later, automatic dispatch. Mercury Avenue, this truck 2 from the West End Station was the first truck in. The one up off, across from your station.
Court Street.
First truck in. As a career department, and we border your township, Through the county dispatching, that's how it works. So, right now, the way the alarm cards are set, and each department sets their own alarm cards, which should be on review by you, all right? We now we run mutual aid or automatic aid with not only Lower Yoder, but with, Upper Yoder, with West Hills, Conemaugh, Franklin, Cobra Hill, Stoner Creek Township, Del Burro, all those municipalities, any municipality that borders the city of Johnstown, including Richland Township, we respond automatic on all fires or vehicle accidents and entrapment in those areas. It's been like that for several years. So right now in your township, and we handled for the longest time, and I believe last year we left the city into these municipalities over 150 times. We left the city of Johnstown to provide these services. To give you an example of a fire, yesterday we had in DuPont Street, we reached out to mutual aid partners as well. We got 3 firefighters from Upper Yoder, we got 2 firefighters from West Hills that came in. The reason we are on that automatic aid is as a full-time career staff department, you are guaranteed to have 3 individuals on one piece of apparatus trained to handle any incident that you have. Our people are all certified. Everybody is either there's a registered emergency medical technician or emergency medical technician paramedic in the city, so we can provide that service as well. When Don reached out to me, and we've talked several times, I've worked with him through the training aspect for himself, for his department. He's reached out about continuing, working with us to help build his department, which we will do that for anybody. But just so you know, and we've had people from the township say, why is the city of Johnstown apparatus sitting there? Why? Because we're staffed and we can get there. During the days, the way it is with the volunteer fire service, they'll think for 1 second at any point I'm saying anything negative about the volunteer fire service, because I'm not. I'm still a volunteer in the community in which I live. But there is a disconnect. There is an issue with staffing during the daylight hours. And for some, it even moves into the evening hours. So that's why closest unit dispatching several years ago, how many years ago was that? 10. All right, was put into effect, which brings us into your township on every fire and vehicle accident within traffic, as well as any technical rescue. When I refer to that, I'm talking high angle rope, low angle rope rescue, trench rescue, confined space rescue, and trench rescue. We handle that not only for the city, we're a county response, we respond anywhere in the county, anywhere regionally, as well as we're an asset for the state through the Pennsylvania Emergency Management Association as well. We also have individuals sit on the federal task force of the City of Philadelphia Fire Department. So we're well versed in what we do in the city. So when we go out, our job is to provide that aid. We will assume command until an officer from that department gets on scene. So when the officer from that department gets on scene, there's a briefing held, at which time we transfer command to that individual. So we also will send initially an assistant fire chief out on that call as well. So you'll not only get the engine crew, you will get the assistant fire chief, or you will get myself. If I'm on duty, I will respond there as well. We will provide that command structure until command structure can be set by that host department. We do it everywhere.
That's good to know.
So, and we can talk further about this later, about fire protection, but we're handling the bulk of these calls already.
And Chief McCann, Johnstown Fire Department speak for itself. We feel very confident with them coming and helping us.
That's good, that information, and spread that, folks in this room, spread that rumor. That would be really good.
That's a
That's
great
what
Somebody
we
say
hear.
he has our back.
Yeah, but spread that rumor, it'll help everybody, make the community safer.
So I'm glad there was a good discussion today, but to kind of summarize with this, Chief Spory and Mr. Pletcher, you are back to where you feel you are can handle any fires for our residents in the lower part of Florida.
Are any of your lead officers residents of the township? I mean, do you have to travel far to get here?
I'm not a resident of the township. I live right on Garfield Street. It takes me about 45 seconds to get to the fire station.
Okay.
And I live at 13 Fair Lane Court, takes me 10 seconds to get there.
What about your assistant?
I am a little further out, I'm in Seward, but I'm readily available, as long as, you know, I'm volunteer, so I do work. So I will be here whenever I am available, and that those cones drop, plain and simple.
And for the record, we hope that this communication and collaboration between our two sister fire companies
Continues,
or begin.
yes. Well, that would be better. Okay, we went out of context in the meeting, but I know there was concern and we wanted to address that right away. So we'll get back to the meeting as the agenda is doing. If you folks feel comfortable, you don't have to stay. You won't offend us, so you're welcome to stay. Okay, Mark Walker is our zoning hearing officer.
Yes, we apparently have a new owner for the plaza. They were a successful bidder in the auction that occurred. They're still going through the paperwork.
Thank you for coming.
A little glitch on sewer compliance issues, but I think that's gonna get resolved. So with that, going into the violation list that we have here, I have really no updates on any of those. Some that were on there before, obviously have been removed because of the high grass issues. Until we get high grass issues in the spring, which I'm sure we will. Number 8, that car I think has been moved. That probably can be taken off the list. But I have 2 violations that are ongoing. That one's on Shear Street with a shed and a uninspected car, and also at the corner of Lighter Drive and entrance. We have issues with the landlord with respect to moving permits, parking of the tenants on Lighter Drive and not in compliance with the parking agreement that they have, as well as certificates of occupancy for business that they have in there, which I've attempted several times to get that resolved. So without objection from the board, I'm going to file citations for both of those properties. There'll be 3 citations up on Lighter Drive and 2 citations on Shear Street. Any problem with that?
No objection to me either, Mark. And Mark, as Mr. Burkett sits here and as a business owner there, parking is a real concern. And it takes up business usage. So I'm glad we're moving on this, and with several warnings I know you have issued.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of moving
That's
parts.
pretty much all I have.
There's a lot of moving parts that we're working on, and hopefully they'll end soon and blossom into something. You mentioned about the new company,
Yes.
did you? Okay.
Yes. They haven't pulled the trigger yet as the owner, so it's probably best left unsaid at this point as to who they are. I did meet with them. I did get contacted by 3 separate entities when the property was up for sale at auction. They're the only ones that actually met me on site. And whether or not the other folks went to the site, I have no idea, but they actually met me and had several questions about zoning and different things and what was going on with the plaza. So they represented themselves very well, I know that.
Is there any any anticipated closing date on the property? Do we have any ideas or?
I don't know, I don't know what their parameters were with the sale, so I don't know what that requirements would be.
And I think come 2026, once we find this person out, it would be a good meet with the supervisors.
Sure.
Wanting to understand short-term and long-term goals up there. We haven't seen that in a while, and, you know, although we seem focused on Lighter, which we are, that whole area is our commercial district.
Al, do you think that when we do that meet and greet, maybe even invite the president of the Lighter Business Association? Because great if they could commingle together and get some ideas and.
Good point.
Dunkin' owners, are they local or are they out of state?
They have two strip plazas, they indicated that they own several properties that are very similar to this plaza, but like, it's not they don't own enclosed malls, they basically have strip plazas. They told me they had one in Beaver Falls, one in Clearfield, and one in LaBelle, Maryland. Now, I don't know where their actual address is located.
They didn't give you any of that information yet?
I don't have that, no.
Okay.
Okay, let's move on. Anything else, Mr. Walker? Okay. Thank Mr. Brandon Palmer, our engineer.
Thank you. I'll just go down the list you have here. The first thing is about Decker Avenue, and applying for a grant. So that 2025 LSA window is open, through the end of this month. We're just gonna go ahead and submit the Decker Avenue storm project again. We submitted to PA Small Water last year for that. We haven't heard anything. There's no decisions yet. They haven't awarded grants there, but the resolution's on the agenda. If you guys wanna go ahead and, approve that, we'll get it submitted by the end of the month here.
Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second it. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, so moved. Go ahead, Mark.
Tree Bump Bridge, there hasn't been really anything new there. We're still waiting on PennDOT to finalize what they need to, and then we need to get together with them on a scope, before we give the township an agreement. So, in a holding pattern there until PennDOT's ready. There's on here about Lighter Drive, the sidewalks and the handicap. So there is ADA sidewalks proposed and handicap ramps. All that will kind of be finalized if you actually get the grant and we move forward with the design. But yeah, that was considered for sure, 100%. That's in there.
Do you happen to have an idea on how many, handicap parking spots are proposed in that? There's been some concern from some businesses up in Lighter Drive. And
Okay.
there's been some, public comment.
I don't know of the number off the top of my head. We'd have to check, and we can certainly add more if we need to. So I mean, nothing's set in stone right now.
Okay.
I mean, you would do a design on this later on after you get the grant, and you'd finalize all those details then, and we could sure add more or less or whatever you want to do there.
Okay.
That's not an issue. Last item on here is about Gilbert Street, the storm work up there. We awarded that CoStar's quote to Geyer Brothers to do the work. They were anticipating being in here in November to do the work. They just got the materials that they needed from FIHOF late last week. They're worried about having to keep up with road maintenance over the winter here because the asphalt plants are closing and Thanksgiving. So they requested that they wait till spring to do their work, which I don't think it's much of an issue. I think we can allow them to do that. That way the road's not tore up all winter long. And we'll just get done before the water authority is complete in paving up there. So, that's all I have unless you guys have questions.
I do.
Okay. Shoot.
Taking a look at 2026, I think a lot of times we're more reactive than proactive when it comes to stormwater issues. I've seen you have done this in other townships, maybe putting together a stormwater management program.
Sure.
I don't know what I sort of know what it entails, but I mean, you're the expert on that, to identify these priority areas?
Sure. Yeah, we're working with Westmont Borough right now to establish a stormwater authority up there. And basically what it does, it provides you a way to bill the customers for stormwater, and allow you to collect revenue to maintain and operate your existing stormwater infrastructure, and then to expand that as you need to moving forward. But you have to have an authority established to do that. The supervisors can't just start collecting fees, as far as I understand. So that's why Westmont's working on that.
And please be clear, fees were not something I was discussing when I mentioned that. I was just saying, take a look at something that
as it stands right now,
prioritizes our areas.
right, as it stands right now, the township has, no income coming in to maintain and operate that storm system. So if you have issues, you're paying it out of pocket somehow with some funds, but an authority would help you establish something like that to move forward.
Good start.
Anything else?
With Geyer, if we push Geyer back to spring, till April. There won't be any additional cost. They're not gonna renegotiate as far as an increase for anything.
I don't foresee that happening, because we told them we wanted to be done by Thanksgiving, and they said they would be done by Thanksgiving. If they did something like that, I think we could have grounds to just pull the contract and don't do anything with them. I mean, but I don't see them asking for more money for something like that, because they want the time extension.
Joe, what's your
And why don't
recommendation?
you just confirm that with them
I can do that.
now, so we know.
I can call them tomorrow and confirm that, no problem. That's all I have, thank you.
Okay? Thank you. Next up, Solicitor Attorney Messina.
Okay, I have a couple of resolutions that the board asked me to prepare. The first one is Resolution 11 of 2025, and it increases the fee for the business license within the township. And for many years, the fee was just $10 if you wanted to start a business, so these days, that's not a lot of money. We've increased it to $50 under this resolution, and I'll need a motion to accept this and have it executed.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Any discussion, further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I so move. Take the next two
The
motions.
second resolution is number 12 of 2025, and it increases the fees under the amusement tax within the township. And the amusement tax is for businesses that have machines that are skill machines that people play, and they pay money to them and so on. Under ordinance 170, the fee for each machine now is $75, and under this resolution, it'll be doubled and increased to $150. And the jukebox fee will remain the same as $50 under ordinance 170.
Okay.
So,
Who's responsible for, I guess, counting these machines? Or is this on the honor system?
no, I think Mark goes out and checks them all out right
Check
now.
some of the past.
Okay.
If there's a question from the office, they ask me, then we check it out.
Okay.
And Mark, we're starting to see them sprout up like dandelions.
Oh, they're
They're
everywhere.
in supermarkets,
Still,
they're
yes.
in coin laundry places as well.
I was telling you guys, I was in a supermarket down in Rostraver a couple of weeks ago, and it was a gorgeous day outside, and as you go out of the supermarket, they had a room there with skill machines, and it was full of people. And it was like 60 degrees outside. It was a gorgeous day. They were playing machines. So,
Okay, I'll make the motion. We have a second?
Rich wants to.
Oh,
I got a comment. On them skill machines, when you say each individual machine, does that count the quarter machines? Because you didn't specifically on the list on those, because there's numerous types of machines.
yeah, they're listed under the ordinance. The ordinance
Okay.
specifies exactly what it is.
Okay,
Even if it's a pin machine,
okay.
it's still subject to that.
No, I didn't see one of this. Thank you.
I'll make a
Okay.
motion.
I'll second the motion. Any more further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
So move. Take the next motion, Joe. Execute Westwood Plaza stipulation.
Yeah, I have the,
And then we'll go back to the fire. Just
Oh,
get all
okay.
the motions out of
Sure.
it. Yeah, I want, so we didn't forget.
Westwood Plaza, that didn't work out too well on the appeal. The owner of the
Tax
Westwood.
appeal.
Yeah, tax appeal. The owner appealed the tax assessment. In 2025, just briefly, the fair market value of the Westwood Plaza was 16-some million dollars, and they got a tax reduction on that, and they filed an appeal to the tax reduction, and the plaintiff, the owner of the Westwood Plaza, got an appraisal done, and their appraiser said it was worth $4,360,000. So, the defendants were
Gets
Lower
better.
Yoder Township for the township tax, Camber County for the county tax, and the big one was the Johnstown School District, because everyone knows that's the highest tax. So they took the lead in defending the case, and we got an appraisal of our own by Ginger Jacobowski, who's a reputable appraiser here and does a lot of work. Unfortunately, it came in at $3.7 million, which was under the owner's appraisal. So unfortunately, we got stuck with agreeing to the $4,360,000. So what the stipulation is to be signed by council for the various municipalities. It's already been signed by two of the municipalities, and I need to sign it for Lower Yoder Township. And to do that, I need a motion for you guys to authorize me to sign the stipulation. And the stipulation sets the assessed value. And the way you get the assessed value is you take the fair market value times what's called the common level ratio for commercial property. And right now, it's 12.9% for 2025, but for 2026, it drops a little bit. And so the assessed value goes down just a little bit. For 2026, it's 12.1%. So the assessed value for 2025 is going to be $562,000, and for 2026, $531,000. So once I sign this stipulation, it'll be filed with the court, and the court will issue an order agreeing to those assessed values. The bottom line, unfortunately, is based on the reduction in the value. Lower Yoder is going to owe the owner of the property in 2025 $14,293 in a tax refund. So that's the bottom line.
I'll make the motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second that.
Okay, any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, so moved. Go ahead, Joe, go back up to.
Okay, I wanted to have a discussion to bring everyone updated on the situation with the West Hills Fire Department. Chief is here, and just briefly, it's West Hills Regional Fire Department. The members are Brownstown, Ferndale, Lower Yoder, and Westmont. And that agreement was done May 31st of 2019. It was for 5 years, which have expired. And under the terms of the agreement, it was automatically renewed for another 5 years, which would go to 2029. In August, we got a letter from Attorney Joe Green, who represents Ferndale. He said they want out of the agreement, and he cited the reasons that there haven't been any meetings and there hasn't been transparency, and the fire department's hired some people and so on as a reason to get out of the agreement. He said he'd like a response by the end of the year, so we have some time. And what happened since then is Attorney Green called me, and he told me that Ferndale was suggesting that instead of getting out of the agreement starting next year, they will agree to stay 2 more years, and that would leave like 18 months on the term of the contract, but they want to be excused at that time, so the last 18 months they would not be a member. And he's reaching out to the other solicitors for the other municipalities with the same proposal, and his argument is that it would cost us more to litigate it than it would cost to cover 18 months. So all the municipalities are looking at this. What I'd like to do is get a little more information from West Hills and from the solicitors from the other departments about how it's going to be handled on the remaining 18 months, because under the terms of the agreement, Lower Yoder's percentage of the bill for West Hills is 19%. Ferndale's was 16.5%. Westmont's the big one with 57%, Brownstown at 7.5%. So that last 18 months, I don't know if West Hills is going to reduce its cost because there's less coverage, or we're going to split the bill in some fashion or not. I'd like to get that information for the board. We do have a meeting in December where we can reconsider this. So I'm thinking we would table it until December and then decide what to do. And the options will be either to agree to it or fight it or whatever.
I have 2 thoughts, Joe. Could, if it was agreed upon, could Lower Yoder reserve the right to also leave at 18 months?
Well, 2 years. They're gonna leave
Well,
in
no,
2
I'm
years,
saying if,
with 18 months left.
with 18 months left.
Well, that would take everyone to agree, and
Or,
I think what they're talking about now is if we agree with Ferndale's request, Attorney Green would prepare immediately an addendum to the agreement to make it effective now, which would give West Hills a couple years to figure out what to do with the additional cost and so on. So I don't know, that would be something to consider.
or could we amend the dates on the contract and just have the contract end at that 18 months, and then we could renegotiate it at that point?
And again, that would take agreement by West Hills and the other parties, which might be a solution to it. But anyway, I thought I'd ask you to table it till we get a little more.
I make a motion to table it.
I'll second it.
Okay, then, and opposed? So moved.
And, Phil, that's all I have then.
Okay, thank you. Roadmaster, Mr. Morris.
I just have a few things. I got 3 quotes on the anti-skid for this year. Snyder came in they were the cheapest for $29.60. I need a motion to approve that, so,
I'll make the motion.
Is that per ton?
yeah, that's per ton. So far, for the last couple of years, they were the cheapest. Zuko Lane jetting completed on 10/24/2000.
Let me get a motion for that.
Oh, I'm
Need a
sorry.
motion for the anti-skid.
I'll second it.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, so moved. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Zuko Lane jetting was completed on 10/24 this year. We had no issues, there was no grease this time around. I will set up another appointment to get that jetted in April next year. Water Authority did pave Decker Avenue, the section, like I believe it was 84 feet, don't quote me on that. It turned out really well, Quaker had the contract and that's who done it. Any questions for me?
I do.
Yeah.
The East Street walkthrough, I know you had the final walkthrough, I'm not sure whether Brandon
Yeah, he-
accompanied you on that, but, you know, PennDOT was very helpful to us in many ways, especially on Esterville Road, because that was a difficult road for people to venture through. My wife drove through it and didn't even know she was still in Lower Yoder at that point, unbeknownst to her. So, but as you saw, the guardrails, the dip is gone, the guardrails are up, the walkway over Elk Run down below in front of those homes are done, and of course, the walkway in front of the ball field. Bob, any thoughts on that walkthrough with him? Did he mention anything?
No, because whenever I talked to him, I did my own walkthrough, and everything was okay. I know there was an issue, there was supposed to be a police report filed. I know there was a car, I guess, broke a little piece of the curbing. I did present the pictures to the board. I
saw that.
Yeah, I did talk to Jim. There's really not too much you can do. It's just a little issue with the concrete. I think everything turned out very well. I mean, you guys.
Oh, beautiful down
Yeah, they did an excellent job.
The
I have no
riprap was
complaints.
most impressive. The riprap, the rocks on
Yeah.
the increased vision and erosion.
And you know, guys, as we're talking about it, that's the main corridor into the whole West Hills.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, it's used by a lot of people, and Bob, if we could work those signs out, and I'm looking at our township administrator and of course our treasurer, if we can work those speed signs out, that may be a good place to put them, because people still do come down there in excess, you told me, of 60 miles an hour. Yeah.
Bob, have we been able to solve the parking issue on the sidewalks down there? I know.
Yeah, I haven't
That's-
seen anybody. We
Okay.
did post that, we posted numerous times, no parking anytime. I haven't got any calls, I haven't heard anything.
Okay, because I know PennDOT was very adamant that was just destroy what's been done.
Yeah, that's not a parking area.
So, okay, very good.
Anything else, Paul?
You guys got anything for me? Anything else?
No.
Thank you, Bob. Get ready for winter.
I will be
Yeah, it's
on
gonna
vacation
snow.
next week. So.
Yeah, well, get ready for winter.
We do have a
Hopefully.
schedule planned and everybody's in place as far as
Yep.
plowing if we need it. and-
Yep,
Okay, there's a contingency plan in case? Okay,
yeah, just call me.
okay, very good.
All right, anything else?
I'm good.
Motion to use the remaining balance of the AR, American Rescue Fund for parking lot in the, out in front here.
I make that motion as read.
I second it. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So moved. New business. It's the time of the year Camtran needs us to approve a letter that giving a share of $7,821.65 toward public transportation, so they can apply for a grant. I make the motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second that.
Okay, any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, public participation. John Cassidy.
Yeah. I've been a resident or associate resident with Yoder Township for 78 years. I live at 205 Edgewood Avenue. I was raised there. My parents owned the property. I own it and live there now. I come home 2 weeks ago to notice 2 no parking signs across the street from my property. We're talking about a residential area where there's 7 houses with everybody parking their cars on one side. The street's loaded. Nobody's parking close to where the cemetery is now. Now, years ago, there used to be a family there that had multiple cars. They would park on that side of the street. And Gary, the former plow people, were able to plow Edgewood Avenue. The same as the people could plow Burkhart with parking on both sides. But now there's no parking from, well, on that whole side of Edgewood Avenue. The problem.
I can answer that. There was a no parking sign, I don't know Joe's address, but it started from Joe's house.
Joe
Fatola's, yes. There was already no parking on this side. I did enforce it on the graveyard side, because when you go through that little area for plowing, it's very hard. I don't want to damage any vehicles or our equipment. So we did post that.
Well, what are you gonna plow in April, May, June, July, August, and
I don't-
September when there's a no parking sign there?
I haven't.
Now, he told me the other day, because I did talk to him, and he says, well, you could park there, but West Hills Police would have to understand, hey, I'm parking here even so that sign says no parking.
Well, I don't have.
We don't want to be getting tickets.
I agree. I don't have an issue with them parking in there in the summertime, because without our plows being on there.
It's either no parking or parking. You can't have either one.
Now,
Don't they make a municipal sign that says no parking like November 1st to March 15th?
They do. I can.
Can we look at that? That might be, so that takes care of your issue, that allows you
Well,
in the summertime?
Westmont could probably help them out because I drive bus for McElwain's and I've been up there during the winter. And they have a sign, something similar to no parking during plowing or something like that. That's,
Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
yeah, no parking during the plow
I
season.
don't have an issue with that.
Now, the problem that I had is when he tells me this. For 30-some years, Gary, Turtle, and Joe plowed Edgewood Avenue with cars. Never had a problem. Now we have a problem.
Well,
I talked to Gary about that, and Gary said he'd be willing to come and train these guys how to plow. Because living there and knowing it, I don't believe they do know how to plow.
One of the things that has changed, I believe, since back then, is the size of the equipment. We have upgraded, and the reason for that is a larger truck such as a 450 or a 550, dump truck, which is what we just purchased, has a much heavier chassis and takes a lot more of a beating for plowing snow than the older 250 and 350 pickup trucks of the past.
Well, they
So-
still had dump trucks. Gary had dump
Yeah,
trucks.
but they had
But they
smaller.
were smaller dump trucks. These trucks are pushing 10-foot plows versus 8. So it's an efficiency maneuver, and it's not going to be convenient for everybody all the time.
But that's a compromise with the sign for months.
Yeah, we gotta change it because I have 5 grandkids, 3 of them drive, plus my own family. And I have, Elle knows me forever, I have 7 sisters and 3 brothers. So we've got a lot of people that come to my house, and I'm not gonna have them parked down in D Street.
Well, I think they took you have a
You know,
solution
well,
to
just
that.
make it so that
We're
you
gonna
can
look
park.
into it. Well, somebody will get back to you on what
Yeah,
was. what was
apparently,
the
I thought
answer.
nobody looked into it because you got them signs down there. I come across Burkhardt Street every day. Believe me, if that plow truck can't do Edgewood Avenue, you'll be hitting cars on Burkhardt Street every day. You could go over there right now and look. It's narrower than my street there.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Al.
Mr. Blanchard.
Hey, how we doing today?
John.
Hi, John Klanchar. I live in Southmont, but I'm coming here today to speak to you guys as a super. I didn't know there's only 3 of you. Okay, I know I know these 2 from the police commission actually, and I wanted to compel you guys, your reorganization, to please vote Mr. Grananetti off the police commission. Okay, and I'm going to tell you why. I want to make it very clear to everybody in Lower Yoder Township that there's a bad police officer. His name is Ian Osowski that works for West Hills. Okay, he has violated my constitutional rights several times. I've sued him in federal court, and we've settled that. So far, we're still coming to a settlement. There will be another suit for him, basically not knowing what constitutional rights are, over a situation where 2 neighbors were arguing in public, and one of them got charged, which was me. Okay, that's not right. Okay. And furthermore, he kicked in somebody's door in Southmont over a noise complaint, okay? Municipalities need a cop like that, okay? They don't, okay? We don't need police officers that are that aggressive in a community of elderly people, in a community of quiet communities, okay? And the thing that bothers me, and the reason I wanted to come here today, and I've come to every municipality that West Hills does serve, okay, to make everybody aware, more the public, and all the other supervisors, council members, and commissioners, okay? And the thing that bothers me honestly is Mr. Grananetti is the president or whatever of the police commission chairman. He says that he supports the chief and every police officer. So that apparently to me, he's supporting bad police officers, and police officers have no problem violating people's constitutional rights. And that is a very serious problem, okay? Which, you guys sat here and talked about health safety and the fire department, and I want to bring up something very important. There is not a song that is titled F the fire department, but there is one, F the police, because of police officers like Ian Osowski, okay? And I've been going on and on for 2 years about this. And I want to say this also. In 2023, Ian Osowski carjacked me. He walked up to me and stole my truck. Okay, that's the one suit that I have recently settled, okay? That happened in Lower Yoder Township. Okay? And I did not name Lower Yoder Township in that suit. Okay, because you guys had nothing to do with it, okay? But you did, okay, because again, you're sitting here and you support him for doing that to me, okay? And that's disturbing to me, that leadership supports bad police officers, because if this was a situation where he worked in fast food and treated me like that, he would be fired, okay? So I just want to make every person that I can aware that Ian Osowski needs, he shouldn't be patrolling these streets, or he shouldn't have a badge and a gun, because he doesn't care about people's constitutional rights, okay? And he's gonna end up hurting somebody, probably me, okay? And I hope to God it doesn't, I don't know what'll happen if it happens in Lower Yoder Township, or, but if my life is taken or if I'm hurt, I have been harmed already by him. He carjacked me, and he kicks in people's doors. Okay, that's a real problem, and I just want to make everybody aware of that. So the reason I came here tonight was please, there's only 3 of you, so one of you has to stay. Okay, but maybe you should get onto the commission for a year to see what's happened. I don't know if that's something that would interest you. I don't know what your name is, but it's just something needs to be done, and especially with them hiring new officers and stuff. BJ doesn't care. I mean, he's fully supporting this guy, and it costs the insurance company a ton of money. You know what I mean? So please, I just want to make everybody aware of a bad cop, Ian Osowski. He's not a good cop. So thanks for your time, everybody. Appreciate that. Thanks. Yeah.
Thank you, John, and I would be interested in going on the police commission.
Okay.
Okay. Go to the township. Mr. Grandinetti.
A time of family, I'm sorry, we have one more person before we go to that.
Scott, well, he
Yeah.
spoke during the fire department.
If I'm not allowed to speak.
He still has time to speak.
Yeah,
You got more?
I guess it's more of a statement at this point.
Go ahead.
Okay. Why not?
Pretty open to listening.
Okay. It's a little better than the last one. Yoder Township Volunteer Fire Department has faithfully served and protected our communities for many, many decades. Many of you in this meeting and listening to this also have family members, parents, grandparents, great-grandparents that have served the department over these years. The fire department holds numerous community activities every single month, from bingo to dinners to open houses. This community outreach is an extremely important part of the lives of many of our residents in the community, including the elderly, many of whom have little or no family around here anymore and benefit greatly from the interactions that they have at these events with one another. It serves as a shelter in times of need for residents of the community. Most importantly, our fire department is in our neighborhood, and because they're here, they help to keep our taxes at the great rates they are compared to other municipalities in the area. Also, our state representative, Frank Burns, has his office out of the fire department's building. That is a resource extremely valuable to the residents of our township and the community surrounding us. Representative Burns' office does several things for our community, especially the elderly, helping them to apply for programs, handicap placards, with PennDOT-related issues, and work among many other things. I think most of our residents here do appreciate what we have as Yoder Township Fire Department. I think they support the township and the fire department as well. And I hope that this has been a learning lesson for a lot of people here and that we can move forward in a more positive direction with this.
It's a nice statement, very well put together.
Thank you.
That's
I'll
all.
make one comment. Just recently, also the Lower Yoder Fire Department purchased an ATV for all our off-road needs for up into the mountain, our World Mountain Trail, etc. It also has, let me say that proper, it has 150, 200 feet of line on it in case we run into a forest fire or a brush fire that's off the road. And it's built with a pump system. We wanted to thank Buffalo Township for giving us a great deal on it out of West Virginia, so we purchased that also. So we're able to do more services in our community to help the people out.
Okay. Mr. Grandinetti, go to the township.
Yes, a time of family and giving thanks. And happy Thanksgiving to you all next week.
Okay.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Motion
Happy
to
Thanksgiving.
adjourn.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second the motion.
Okay, we're adjourned.
Have that back. I'm done with it. It's nice meeting you. Oh, sorry. How you doing?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
I'm all right. What's your name, sir? I don't know who you are.
Christian Gone.
Christian Gone. Pleased to meet you.
And I was on the police commission and they voted to remove me.
Well, Hey, I wanted to make you. I thought I didn't know there was only 3 of you guys down here, but hey, whatever. You know what I mean. And thanks for letting me speak. You know,
thank you for coming.
Thanks for letting me speak uninterrupted. That's important to me. You know. So,
Thank you very much.
How you doing, Mr. Messina? I'm all right. I'm good. I know both of your sons.
John,
No, Mark. I'm good. I'm good. I gotta go get my Strombolis. Thank you. That was the longest Lower Yoder Township meeting I ever thought I'd ever have to go to. Wow. Yeah, I don't know what's going. I had no idea I was walking into I guess some kind of outside, so some kind of shit show about your fire department or something. I don't know what it's about, but I guess there was something, and I guess I'll find out about it. And if I find out anything, I'll report it here, and hopefully we can find that out. I don't really, I don't really know, and Hey, I want to tell all you guys, because I say this to every fire person, okay, every fireman EMT, okay, seriously, and I mean this as a compliment, okay. They never wrote a song called "Fuck the Fire Department," but there's one called "Fuck the Police." So hey, thank you for what you guys do. You guys come and put out how seriously, honest to God, I never had any the first responders ever, because you guys do a fucking very hard job. You actually run into where the danger. You don't come there and figure out.
We don't run away.
Thanks. Yeah. Yep. And that's one of the most impressive mustaches I've ever seen. Fits you well. So yeah, I'm gonna end this live stream. This was fun. So I'm gonna come again probably, and I think I got them all covered now. So if you like what you see, leave a comment, and if you don't like what you see, leave a comment. Thanks. Please subscribe. And I don't know. Yeah, Thursday we have good old Upper Yoder. Good times. That's tomorrow. Yay, fun. Got Lower Yoder. Now we're going Upper Yoder tomorrow. Good times. All right, good. Bye.